morning. We have with us Dr. Anita Maurya, Director of SIIB Pune. Welcome to BW Education event. So we would like to discuss the internationalization of Indian education. And this theme is especially pertinent at a time when globally there are, borders are closing and dreams are being shattered because of geopolitics. What would you like to say about how Indian education can be internationalized?
Thank you for the question. When we talk about internationalization of higher education and maybe export of education services in India, we need to understand that there are four different modes in which education is being exported. First is cross-border trade, in which the students and the professors are in their respective countries, which is where the online education have come up really well. So Indian universities also have a vast presence within the domestic market, but they have to take some regulations have to be in place so that they also can provide the online education in a regular mode, in a registration can happen for the foreign students also. Secondly is consumption abroad, wherein students study abroad for higher education. Unfortunately, 13 lakh students from India travel overseas for higher education as compared to only 50-60,000 that come to India. So there is need for policies to be there in place so that we can attract more and more students for their education in India. Primarily, we have students coming in mostly from the Asian countries like Nepal, wherein the highest number of students come from, Afghanistan, Malaysia, and so on. But definitely, we need to brand ourselves and promote our education services in other countries also, so that we can have wide variety of students coming from India, from a lot of countries. Third is commercial presence, wherein though we are talking about foreign campuses coming into India, but we also have a lot of Indian universities who have opened up the foreign campuses abroad, primarily in Dubai. So the focus has to be to have presence in other countries of the world also, for which again policy regulations have to be there. And lastly is movement of national person from one country to another, wherein we are talking about a lot of academic collaborations, linkages, faculty exchange, student exchange programs, so that the exposure can be there both for Indian students to go abroad and study and understand how the education is being imparted there, and also for foreign students coming into India. And one thing which I would like to emphasize here is that we talk about quality education system, and even though we have a lot of challenges as far as education's ecosystem in our country is concerned, but still India is the 10th largest exporter globally, with US having a share of 40%, UK 37%, and all the other countries have a share less than 2%, right? So that is the system we are talking about. So India at 10th position is doing quite well, and there is lot that can be done with correct policy in place. Definitely, when we started liberalization way back in 1991, wherein we had a lot of issues related to fiscal deficit and so on, and almost 3 decades down the line, we now talk about India becoming the 3rd largest economy globally. So maybe with proper policy regulations in place, maybe 20-30 years down the line, we also might be in a position wherein we can say that India is a global knowledge leader.
You're talking about setting up of campuses overseas, but in terms of attracting international students on Indian soil, what are some of the hindrances, what are some of the barriers that are presently really acting as deterrents?
One of the parameter definitely is culture, which is there for Indians going, students going in other parts of the world also. So when the students come to India, definitely there is a cultural barrier. So a lot of training programs to sensitize themselves, the students, about the Indian culture, and also sensitizing the Indian students about their cultural orientation needs to be there. So that's one factor that needs to be looked into. Secondly, the reason why most of the Indian students go abroad is because they get scholarships and they also get a work permit, and they got opportunity to work over there, which definitely because of geopolitical issues, as you pointed, are now fading away. So these are the three factors which primarily attract students in a particular country: scholarships, the safety of the students, and thirdly is the job opportunities. So again, these are the 3 areas where the government needs to work upon, so that we are able to provide the Indian education system more attractive for the foreign students.